some like mashed potatoes and freaking. I don't mind eating like mac and cheese and shit. That's the good
Yeah,
stuff. But
I literally
it's
just had some.
can't go wrong with mac and cheese, man.
Yeah, Easy Mac anyway. Those little
Oh,
cups
there
of
you
it.
go. There, that's really easy. I like that.
Yeah, our work just like fucking has them. So like every day I leave work, I just fucking steal a cup. Like I'll just eat that for a snack later. Heck.
Well, motherfucker, I'm recording, so if you want to lead us off,
Boom. Yeah, like I said, could be a little rocky, but
it's okay. It's okay.
let me
A little
let me wet my
hiatus
whistle.
won't hurt
Let
anybody.
me let me wet my whistle here a second.
Yeah.
All right, electrolytes. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Jaron. I'm along with my good friend Zach. Zach, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
This is our podcast where we spend about an hour of our lives discussing, debating, and ultimately ranking movies. And per our normal disclaimer, we are not professional critics. We do not claim to be the smartest moviegoers or people. We're just a couple of friends who grew up together, love talking about movies, and decided we're going to make our own podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that makes us just a couple of average jives.
Yeah.
Cue the intro music.
Yeah. and for the record,
This week,
so far none
this
of them
week
have been
we're
an hour. They've all gone over an hour, but it's all
yeah,
right.
plenty of all right,
Yeah.
yeah. This week we are doing part 2 of our comedy section, and it discussing with friends and talking about it, thinking about it. We could have done like 80s comedy, 90s comedy,
Oh, for
2000s
sure,
comedy.
dude. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we definitely mentioned this on our last pod, but we know if any of even if we have listeners, our listeners are probably going to be screaming at their Spotify accounts that, hey, why isn't this movie on there? Or hey, this movie should have been on there, this, and this. But again, it's our pod. If you don't
It's
like
our
it, don't
life.
listen to us.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
what did your buddy say? Like, well, you're gonna have to add this one. And you were like,
yeah,
that's not how it works.
that's that's
Like,
that's not how it works, man. So
shit.
per our usual format, Zach and I will each go through the 5 movies that we picked. We'll discuss a little bit, and then we will dive into our rankings. Zach, lead us off this time.
All right, sounds good. I am gonna lead off with an all-time classic, National Lampoon's Animal House, which came out in 1978, directed by John Landis, who is a TCM Film Festival regular. I believe out of the 5 times that I went to the TCM Film Festival, he was there 3 times, so I got to see him
No
introduce the
kidding.
movies, which was pretty cool. And one of them was Animal House, with like the whole obviously John Belushi, rest in peace, but basically the whole cast was there for the, I don't remember what anniversary it was, but it was really cool as they introduced Animal House. It was a lot of fun, and of course Animal House is hilarious, but he also directed the Blues Brothers and a favorite of mine, which is Spies Like Us, with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. That's a classic, in my opinion. Not everybody's, and
It
that
is
didn't make the
not on our
list.
list.
It's not
Not
on
on
the
our
list,
list, but
but that's all right. That's all right. It was written by Chris Miller and Doug Kennedy, both who were both National Lampoon writers, and then another person who helped write was Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for those who remember good old Private Russell, Bill Murray's counterparts in Stripes, and he also did a lot of directing too. He starred with Bill Murray also in Ghostbusters, and then a couple movies he directed were The First Vacation and Caddyshack, and I think both of those could have easily made the top 20. But again,
Yeah, I think we mentioned that in the last one.
yeah, we're gonna miss some, and that's okay. But it stars John Belushi, as I mentioned earlier, Tim Matheson, Karen Allen, Pete Riegert, I think that's how you say his last name, and Bruce McGill. And there were small roles for well-known actors now. I mean, Donald Sutherland was a well-known actor back then,
Yeah.
but Kevin Bacon, however, was not. And this was one of his
Yeah.
first roles, I believe. And just a
Thank you, sir. Might
really,
have another.
yeah, exactly. just a small synopsis, really short, simple, not too detailed. The dean of Faber College is determined to expel an entire troublemaking fraternity full of barbaric misfits. And I got a quick little from your boy.
I would say that is an accurate description.
Yeah, I chose your boy's review. Good old Roger Ebert gave him the film
There you
4 out of 4 stars. It's an
Wow.
anarchic, messy. It's an art. Oh God, my bad. Whatever. Messy, filled with energy. It assaults us. Part of the movie's impact comes from its sheer level of manic energy, but the movie's better made and better acted than we might at first realize. It takes skill to create this sort of comic pitch, and the movie's filled with characters that are sketched a little more absorbently. No, I copied and paste, but sorry if I'm not reading this right. Than they had
Yeah,
to
sounds like
be,
it.
and acted with perception.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's
I
pretty.
mean, that's pretty surprising. I think we talked about this because, as some of the listeners may know, I always use Roger Ebert's reviews for my reviews,
Mhm.
and he's just not. Sometimes he just does not get comedies.
Yeah. But then he changes his mind later, so not all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
exactly. Wait a couple of years, he's like, actually, that was a good film.
His best is The Godfather, in my opinion. Oh, I thought it was
Yeah, yeah, that's,
okay.
and we'll discuss that. I mean, obviously, a lot of critics had that same feeling, and
Yeah,
I think we did discuss it. Just
we did.
discombobulated. You gotta go
Yeah,
back and watch it. Imagine leaving a movie 2 hours and 45 minutes long, and like dissecting it in one watch.
correct. Yeah, yeah. But that's all
All
I
right,
got,
well,
Jerry. Yeah.
yeah, and we'll stick with the National Lampoons, and one of mine was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, released in 1989, PG-13, which I started to add the ratings to all the movies as well, and it stars Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Juliette Lewis, and Johnny Galecki, which most people nowadays would know him from that show that I hate.
The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, my fucking parents love that show. I mean, I get a kick out of it, but it's not. I don't watch
It's
it
a laugh
nonstop
track.
or nothing. It is. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
laugh track show. I just yeah. Directed by Jeremiah Chechik, and wow, I tried to do some research on this guy. He's done nothing of importance. He did like some Van Halen music videos, some other music videos, a couple episodes of some TV shows that aren't very popular. Very surprising that somehow he was selected to direct this movie. With National Lampoons being a very popular brand as it is, I was just very surprised. It was his directorial debut. Very surprising.
Wasn't Chris Columbus? He was supposed to direct it initially, right? But he had some issues with Chevy Chase, I guess, if I remember right.
Yep. Yes, exactly. They famously did not get along. Chevy's an acquired taste,
Yeah, yeah.
especially off camera. So,
Well, I was.
written by I'm
No,
sorry, go ahead.
go ahead, man.
Written by the famous John Hughes, as
Hmm.
most people growing up around we did and before we did, an absolute 80s wonder. For those who don't know, he also wrote 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, European Vacation, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, Home Alone. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And then quick synopsis for somebody who's never seen Christmas Vacation, that would blow my mind. Clark Griswold has a tradition of hosting Christmas and does his best, but doesn't account for the family's hijinks and company to kind of intrude on that tradition. I mean, honestly, as you know, I normally do these abouts myself, and it's just tough to. I mean, all the things that happen in this movie, it's tough to just narrow it down into a
yeah.
sentence or two.
It's so chaotic. You can't just. It's kind of hard to fill
Yeah.
it with just a couple sentences. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, as I mentioned before, a Roger Ebert review, again, like we just said, 2 stars out of 4 stars. The one quote that I pulled from it that kind of saved Grace was, Grace, She died 30 years ago. Um, there, there are long stretches where this almost works but doesn't. And then he kind of
Oh,
mentioned the director, maybe was a little chaotic. Chevy was probably had his hand in it, so it didn't make the movie as flow as well as Roger Ebert wanted to. But yeah, we will get into more of that once we get into the debates.
yeah. All right, Jaron motherfucking James, are you ready?
Yeah, sorry for the little hiccup there, folks listening. A little miscommunication on my part. Zach's going to try out some of his improv skills here later.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Very
Which I'm
graciously,
terrible.
very graciously. That's my apologies, folks. My apologies.
It's okay. It's all right, bro. All right. Next on my list is, and I kind of feel bad, Jaron. I know how much you love this movie, and I kind of just took it from you without even asking. But it's The Big Lebowski from 1998. I just stole it and didn't even ask. But it
He's
was
like, "Hey,
written
these
in.
are my five," and I'm like, "Son of a bitch!"
Oh, the great Big Lebowski. It was written and directed
Indeed.
by Joel and Ethan Cohen, who were just coming off their Oscar winning success of Fargo, which I kind of think that this is an interesting follow up to Fargo. But it's starring Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and John Turturro. It is. uh, sorry, guys. It's about Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski and is staken for a Pasadena millionaire with the same name and embarks on a strange journey to receive compensation for some soiled property. But
That rug really tied the room together.
fucking A. Uh, the top notch critics all gave it decent reviews, better than I remember. I always kind of thought it didn't do well with the
Yeah.
critics, but USA Today gave the film 3 out of 4 stars and felt that the dude was too passive a hero to sustain interest, but that there was enough startling brilliance here to suggest that, just like the dude, those smarty pants Coens will abide. So,
Well, the dude does bud.
yeah.
It's notable to mention that Roger Ebert gave that 4 stars.
Oh, nice, dude. I mean,
El
it's fucking
Duderino is in
hilarious,
his El Duderino is in the title of his review.
man. Oh, you go, Raj. But yeah, that's all I got, bro. On to yours.
All right, cool. My next one, Super Troopers, the cult classic. Well, not really cult classic, but it took over our high school. That's for sure.
Yes.
Released in, released in 2001 with an R rating. Written and starring Broken Lizard, who is Jay. I'm gonna butcher this. Chandrasekhar,
Close
Kevin
enough.
Heffernan, Steve Lemmy, Paul Soder, and Eric Stolhansky. Written by Jay, or I'm sorry, directed by Jay. Written by the team of Broken Lizard, and it is about Vermont state troopers using their hijinks to break monotony of their job. Soon find they need to do some serious police work to keep their station open while the local police try to get them shut down. Roger Ebert, 2.5 stars. Actually, a little higher than what I was expecting, to be
Me too.
honest with you.
Honestly, yeah, me too. It's kind of
Uh,
surprising.
the the line that I pulled from it, the kind of movie that makes you want to like it, but you don't ever get there.
Yeah, I feel them.
He
I feel.
mentioned he mentioned that the writers Broken Lizard were probably big Police Academy fans, and
Mm,
they could have easily called this Police Academy Troopers,
yeah, something like that.
which I don't think is that far off. Broken Lizard, just to ditch a mention, this was their breakout role or breakout movie, follow up by one of my favorite movies, Club Dread, and then Beer Fest, Dukes of Hazard, and Slam and Salmon,
Oh man,
lackluster Super Troopers 2,
yeah, I kind
and
of, dude, I forgot
apparently,
about Dukes of Hazard. I forgot they did that one.
well, yeah, I mean they didn't star in it, which was interesting, right? I mean they wrote it and directed it, but a couple of them make a couple cameos, but and then something interesting I saw, apparently there is a Super Troopers 3 coming soon.
Really,
Yeah,
I
and you know
I
how
didn't.
good sequels are.
Yeah. Well, I thought that the second one kind of bombed, didn't it? I'm surprised they're
Yeah,
trying for a third, but
like 100%. So maybe they want to redo.
yeah, yeah, could
That
be.
is all I have on Super Troopers. And
Right.
it is helpful to note to the listeners here. Normally, our intros and debate that's coming later is a little more introspective and a little deep. It's tough with comedies.
Yeah, for sure, for
I
sure.
don't think we're going to be talking a lot about cinematography.
No.
I don't think we're going to be talking a lot about director choices and actors choices and things like that. These are shut your mind off, laugh kind of movies. So it is kind of hard to critique them, even though we're not professional critics. To be honest, a lot of the notes that I have on all these movies are just quotes from the movie.
I mean,
I
all of
mean,
them are.
honestly, I mean, it's going to be tough to debate in any real intellectual capacity. It's just, did this make us laugh or not?
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll get into it, trust me.
Yeah, exactly. What do you have next, Zach?
I got another one of our favorites that I stole, Office Space from
Indeed.
1999. Directed by Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, based on his own animated short story called Milton. It's starring Ron Livingston, who I first saw on the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. He played Lieutenant, well, eventually became Captain Lewis Nixon. Also starring Jennifer Aniston. And do I really have to say that she was on Friends? Probably not, but I said it anyway.
You
Uh,
don't.
uh, Carrie Cole, who's been in a number of movies and TV shows, and also Stephen Root, who plays Milton with the red stapler. And it's
You may
Office
stapler.
Space. It's a stapler. Dude, a bunch of people at work have red staplers. It's fucking hilarious. And every time I see one, the new team leader I work for, most of the time he has one on his toolbox, and I
Ah.
always just go, "Oh, there it is," and then I snag it from him. But yeah, he's a huge, obviously a big Office Space fan. 'Cause he's got the red fucking stapler. But and actually, I mean, I don't mean to drag the intro to Office Space going too long. If not, we can edit out. But I guess Swingline had disconnected the red stapler. They weren't making them anymore until this movie came out. Actually, just a little tidbit
No
on
kidding.
Space. Yeah, but
Why would they
huge hit.
discontinue the red stapler? Come on.
I don't know, but fucking Milton loved it. He had burned the whole
Yeah,
fucking
it's true.
building down for it. So,
Burn the building down.
but Office Space is about a tech worker that hates his job and has a hypnotic awakening and rebels against his annoying boss along with his two cubicle buddies who also hate their jobs. And I'm going to go back to the USA Today review. If you've ever had a job, you'll be amused by this peon to peons. Dude, I copied and pasted. Maybe I need to start reading these before I freaking post them to the fucking.
Maybe read them aloud once or twice.
I probably should. Yeah. There's my improv skills right there. Not very good.
Exactly.
Shit. But
Next,
yeah,
are
that's
you
all I
finished?
got for that.
Okay. Next on my list, the comedy classic released in 1994, Dumb and Dumber,
Hmm.
starring Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, Lauren Holly, Mike Storr, directed by the Farley brothers, written and directed actually. And
Right. Right.
for those not familiar with the hilarity that the Fairley brothers do, also written and directed something about Mary, Kingpin, who my buddy again was like, "Where's Kingpin on your list? Can we add it?" It's not how it works.
Yeah, I was going to put it on our last list, but then I swapped it out with, I believe, Get Shorty. So
That's
we,
right, which was a smart choice.
yeah, in our
Also
opinion.
did Me, Myself, and Irene, Shallow Hal, Heartbreak Kid. They've kind of gone downhill since the '90s.
Well,
A little bit about the.
I was just going to say, didn't one of the Farley brothers direct The Green Book, which won Best Picture? I thought one of them
Oh,
did.
I'm not aware. No,
Shit, maybe
the
maybe I'm
rip
getting the
the
fucking
rip
last.
off of Driving Miss Daisy.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. It's better though, but
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
opinion,
definitely.
definitely.
A little bit about, for those who've never seen Dumb and Dumber, if you're a comedy fan, you probably have and you should. When a customer leaves a briefcase at the airport, the dim-witted little limo driver and his best friend decide to return it to Aspen, where hilarity ensues. Again, very disappointing. Roger Ebert, 2 stars.
Oh wow. I
He's
thought
he,
when I was doing research on that, I thought he gave that better. Maybe I'm thinking of another critic though.
I mean, he's just how you don't find Dumb and Dumber funny is beyond me. Pulled from his own review, says the plot is lame. Pitched in an airplane, pitched at an airplane style, and he had a question mark with rapid fire sight gags. Uh, Again, I think I said this when I did Tommy Boy in the last one. It's he gave that a terrible review too, and Roger just maybe I should have chosen a different critic for the comedy because I knew it was going to happen, and it just disappointed me every time.
Well, actually, do for the most part, I kind of feel the opposite. He's actually kind of surprised me with some of these. Like,
Yeah, okay,
maybe not the last couple you've introduced, but for the most part, he's given pretty solid ones.
yeah.
But yeah, continue, Jaron. Sorry, I keep interrupting
He
your
he
ass.
he he would have undoubtedly changed his mind had he still been alive.
Yeah.
No, I am finished, sir. What do you have
Oh, you
next?
good? Okay. I got this is Spinal Tap from 1984. It was directed by Rob
Mhm.
Reiner, which we've covered one of his movies in earlier episodes, The Princess Bride, and he also
Definitely.
stars in the film as the documentary director and narrator, and he's made a number of cameos and small roles. But he was a regular in the hit sitcom of the 70s, All in the Family. And he's also
Wow.
directed a number of well-known movies. Uh, Stand by Me, The American President, and Misery as well, with Jimmy Caan and Catherine Bates. I think she won the Oscar for that, but I didn't
A
write that
Few Good
down.
Men too.
Like I could be wrong, but
He also directed A Few Good Men.
yes, he did. He did. He did.
One of my favorites for the listeners.
You are a pretty big fan. Sorkin wrote that. You're a big Sorkin guy.
Damn right he did.
Yeah.
Big Sorkin
you don't
guy.
you don't
Big
have to
Sorkin
yell at
head over
me.
here.
You know what I mean? You know, just calm
Big
down.
Sorkin head over here.
Calm down, Lance. We didn't put that on the list either, but that's all right.
No.
In this case, the stars of the film are the writers. You got Christopher Guest of Best in Show, Michael McKean, who
Hmm.
I remember him most from Better Call Saul. That's because I just finished the season like last year or whatever. And
Hmm.
then Harry Shearer, has a number of who does a number of voices on the legendary Simpsons TV show. Like I said,
Oh.
those guys, Guest, McKean, and Shearer all wrote and starred in this is Spinal Tap. So
Well,
and
and funny to note that Christopher Guest makes an appearance in A Few Good Men, and he says nothing funny.
oh
He's
no
not
shit,
funny. He plays a doctor, and he just
oh
it's so
shit,
interesting that
dude, I remember that now. He was a witness. He was on the stand, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Okay.
called to the stand as the doctor, and it's just interesting that Rob would choose him and say, "Hey, one of the funnier guys I've known in my life. I want you to not be funny." what what's going on?
Well, and he's also the six fingered man on Princess Bride. So just a
Yeah,
little
exactly.
tidbit. Yeah. Little synopsis for those who haven't seen it. The documentarian follows his favorite band, the fading, quote, loudest band of England, end quote, Spinal Tap on tour as they hope to reach their former heights. It's just a little short, sweet review from Janet uh, Moslin of the New York Times. She praised it as a witty, mischievous satire, and it's obviously a labor of love.
Love the name Janet.
Yeah, it's a yeah. Basically, every critic's choice that I've chosen is like really short. I don't. Yeah,
Well, again,
I mean, I fuck them all. What's up?
comedies are far flung. I mean, it's tough to critique, like I said, intellectually comedy movie. I mean, you could talk about how funny it is and some of the gags, but there's really no cinematography. There's no director choices in a lot of
No.
these movies.
But yeah, that's all I got, Jaron.
Next on my list, 2005 hit Wedding Crashers. To note, it won quite a bit of Teen Choice Awards and MTV Movie Awards. No Oscar nominations.
Go figure, huh?
The movie stars Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams, Christopher Walken, Isla Fisher, Jane Seymour, with Bradley Cooper in his early days.
Oh yeah, very young.
Directed by David Dobkin, not a known director in my world or my sphere. He did a few Tupac and Coolio videos before this,
Nice,
and
dude.
followed it up with the sequel to Shanghai Noon, who Zach and I were just talking about how funny that movie is.
Hell yeah, dude.
He actually did Shanghai Nights, not Shanghai Noon,
Okay,
and
okay.
then he did We're the Millers, The Change Up, and then a couple of Maroon 5 videos. I thought was a very interesting kind of tidbit on his IMDb.
Yeah, for sure.
By Steve Faber and Bob Fisher. Again, not a lot there, but worth to note, they were also the writers for 24 episodes of Married with Children.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, not sure how that crossover happened, but Wedding Crashers is about two friends who've made a quote unquote career out of crashing weddings to sleep with women, choose to do one more for the season, and find it may be their last ever.
Yeah, good synopsis,
Again, Roger
Jaron. I liked
Ebert,
it.
right down the middle, 2 stars.
All right.
He
I,
says
I
it is an this movie has all runway and no takeoff. Toward the end, it gets gooey. Elements are laugh out loud comedy, but just cannot make them fly. I will agree with the part. It does get a little long. It drags a little long in the teeth, and it does get pretty gooey in the last quarter of the movie.
yeah.
But we'll talk more about that in our debate section.
Sounds good, brother. All right.
One
Next
each. One left.
one. Okay, sounds good. Okay, the last one on my list is Young Frankenstein from 1974. It was directed by Mel Brooks, and we probably could have put a number of his movies in the top 20. I mean,
Hmm.
Blazing. Yeah, yeah, he's made a number of classics, but we'll kind of got to limit the number of movies we can put on our podcast, So, written by Gene Wilder, who also stars in the film, and he also wrote it with Mel Brooks. It's just a parody of the Mary Shelley's classic novel Frankenstein. It's starring, as I mentioned, Gene Wilder, Peter Boyle, Marty Feldman, Madeline Kahn, and Cloris Leachman, and also a nice little cameo by Gene Hackman. Rest in
Hmm.
peace, Gene. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But it's a parody, but also a sequel to the Frankenstein novel, as stated earlier. The grandson of the infamous Dr. Frankenstein inherits his grandfather's estate. Upon arriving to Transylvania, begins to recreate his grandfather's work. Charles Chaplin of the New York Times praised the film as a likable, unpredictable blending of slapstick and sentiment.
Did you just say that critic's name was Charles Chaplin?
Uh, Champlin. Did I say Chaplin?
Okay. Okay.
I,
Well, I'm
I
like,
watched
wow.
North by
Why
I
wouldn't you just
watched
go
North
by
by
Charlie?
Northwest not that long ago, so
Just go by. You could just call me Mike.
why don't you just go by Mike instead of Michael?
And then the last one on my list, a beloved comedy by anyone who loves raunchy line after line, um, the 2008 hit Step Brothers, starring Will Ferrell, John C. Riley, Mary Steenburgen, Richard Jenkins, Adam Scott, and Katherine Hahn. Direct, not directorial debut, but directorial kind of breakout of Adam McKay, who also
Yeah,
did Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Other Guys, Big Short, Don't Look Up, and written by Adam McKay himself, along with writing credits for Will Ferrell and John C. Riley.
Shit, I'm under the impression they improv'd a lot of it, so they deserve at
Yeah,
least some credit for it. You know what I mean?
you have to get credit if you're the one making it up on the set.
I don't know if you've
Um,
ever watched
for
the bloopers, but they're fucking hilarious.
they are
Oh,
fucking hilarious. For those living under a rock for the last 15 plus years, Step Brothers is about two near 40-year-olds living at home, become stepbrothers, start out hating each other, become best friends, and then repeat
yeah. Did
with
we just become
nonstop
friends?
laughs along the way. Yep, and maybe one of the worst Roger Ebert reviews I've ever read in my life. Gave it 1.5 stars.
Ouch,
I have
Raj.
written in my notes. I have written in my notes, "Wow," in all capitals. I mean, he says four-letter language is currency in a film like this. Here it seems to serve no purpose other than to simply exist. He especially did not like the "I'm burying you" scene, which was maybe one of the parts of the movie I laughed out loud the hardest. So, sad
Well,
face written by this Roger Ebert review.
probably the part of that scene I laughed at the hardest was after he buries him. He goes, "Whew, I'm gonna sleep pretty good tonight."
Zombie!
Yeah.
All right, now that Zach and I have introduced the 5 movies that we each picked, we are going to get down to the nitty gritty and rank them. I have to say, Zach, I think our lists are going to be. We surprised each other last time, where we were almost identical, and it
Yeah.
made for a very boring debate. Um, but today, I think we're in store for something else because I made 4 different edits of my list. I revisited it several times. And again, we've mentioned this before. It's all subjective. This is personal taste. We have very similar senses of humor because we spend half this pod laughing at each other, even in our drama movies.
Yeah.
But but I think this is. I don't think this is going to go well.
Oh, you don't? Well, yeah.
I,
When
I do
when
not.
I woke up and saw that text, I was like, "Oh fuck! I think I might have an idea of what I I just I kind of feel like you put a lot of my movies to the back, and that's where the debate's going to be. But maybe not. And dude,
You hit the nail right in the head with the hammer right there.
well, and you
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it off and disappoint you and say that
okay?
I have Young Frankenstein at number 10.
Wow, dude. I mean,
Well, and I also have to say I scoured the internet. I have seen this movie in a previous lifetime of mine. I do
mhm.
remember seeing it at one point in my life. It is not streaming anywhere, which is
When it,
ungodly.
yeah, I think I text you that 20th Century Fox, they don't stream a lot of their movies, so that's
No,
which
and
I
and
mean,
I watched. I was able to watch Spinal Tap on YouTube in segments, and the only thing on YouTube I could find from Young Frankenstein is
like the
the trailer.
clips and shit. Oh wow, shit.
Yeah, I really couldn't even find a lot of trailers or a lot of clips. It was literally just there was one version where I could watch it, but it was in Portuguese, and I don't think I'm gonna get the full comedy flavor of that. Since for
Yeah.
those listening, I do not speak Portuguese,
Fooled me. You know what I mean?
so I'm gonna take a wild guess and stab at it and say that you have Christmas Vacation at 10.
No, I didn't actually. And
Wow. Okay.
because it's been we hit a little hiatus between the 20 to 11 to this pod, but I think you might recall when you sent me your list, and I said, "Oh wow, you got Super Troopers on the list." Oh, I guess I know where that one's going on my top 10. So yeah, I have
Oh
Super
yes,
Troopers at
yes,
10, and I
I do.
and I
Explain yourself.
you straight up were like, "Hey man, I just that's just a movie I laugh all the time." I'm like the fucking
Yeah.
exact opposite. I don't think it's like funny at all. Actually,
No way.
it's odd. I know. We're not usually this far off.
No,
You know,
I
we
told
have
I
similar
told you before
tastes,
we
but
started this debate. I don't think this is gonna go well.
Well, yeah, and I've rewatched it a number of times, including for this pod. And obviously, we don't remember that much during our whenever Super Troopers was playing. Like when we were partying in high school, I never was in the room to watch it. I just never
Wow.
thought it was good. Didn't think it was funny.
There's a
And,
problem.
well,
You're not
and
any good.
my justification for why another reason other than I don't think it's funny, I have it at 10 is like they're not even like as far as cops and cinema goes for the comedy genre, they're not even the cops I would hang out with first. You mean to tell me that you would hang out with the super trooper cops over the super bad cops? No, hell no.
Well,
If,
and that's
if
another when I mentioned earlier about we could have done 80s, 90s, 2000s, Super Troopers or I'm sorry, Super Bad came to mind. Like, damn, how do we not have Super Bad on this
yeah,
list?
yeah,
How many times did we watch that in high school? And it just laughing out loud. And Van
I think
Wilder, like, holy cow!
I think that
Probably
actually came
revisiting
out.
Van Wilder. I think it's probably a movie that would get canceled nowadays. Van Wilder.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
but
folks, we are aware we left off some bangers, and
yeah,
we're gonna think long and hard about our decisions later tonight.
yeah. Just keep listening and see how it ends up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah, that's
for
where.
for
Well,
our
where
next
did you
spot, we're doing Martin Scorsese. So we're gonna make
have?
a hard right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back into actual good movies here coming soon.
Yeah,
Um,
when
okay,
I
so
was coming up with the seasons for the episodes for this season, I do kind of do a zig and a zag, a yin and a yang type.
yeah, it's
Every
nice.
other episode's
Break it
kind
up a
of
little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Break it up a little bit. Well, I had Super Troopers at 4, which I know
Oh
is gonna
Jesus,
blow your
dude.
mind. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
have to come to some sort of agreement here.
well, just the other day, I was like, well, I borderline can say that I don't like it, so I don't want to push it.
You've mentioned.
Yeah, I don't want to push it higher than 10, but if you have it at 4, my dude, that's
Sure.
way higher than I honestly thought you were going to have it. But so my
Yeah.
compromise with
Well,
you
I
was,
mean,
uh,
for those listening, you know, we try to watch all these movies again and revisit them for the podcast and take notes on it. And I got to tell you, I mean, I still laughed at almost every joke, even though I knew they were coming. I was saying it along with. I don't think I've watched the movie in over 5 years, but I knew what was coming every time. And I mean, the first 10 minutes with the candy bars and snozberries and how
those
they pull
dudes
the
were
guy
funny.
over and
See, like I'll
he was
admit
smoking
the
the reefer, littering Ann. I mean,
yeah,
I
okay,
just
I'll
yeah.
admit
So
most of the supporting characters were funny, but when the main characters
yeah,
aren't, like that doesn't do much for me as a movie, I guess.
I mean, Leader
Like
Cola. Do we have Leader Cola?
yeah. I mean that's
Car
kind
Ramrod. So,
of
I
funny, I
mean, on and
guess.
on. And so,
Yeah.
and myself, I have written here. In my opinion, this movie kind of took over in my teenage pop culture sphere. Other than you, obviously, I feel like a couple friends of mine back in high school and even later in college. It's just something that we could put on, and we're you know sipping a few beers, and we want something funny. Like fuck, let's we're smoke a joint. Let's watch Super Troopers. So I get it. I get it's not for everybody, and this is all subjective. So
Well, my
I'm willing to
again,
put it. I'm willing to put it at 7 or 8. So
okay. All right. Fine. Well, my compromise with you was all right. You can put Super Troopers wherever the fuck you want, but all your movies are going behind it because Super Troopers ain't damn near it. It's not better made. It's not funnier than any of the movies on my list. So if you want to do that, it's
yeah, this is
still
gonna
an
be tough.
option. But
This is gonna be tough.
this is gonna be
All
tough.
right. It's gonna be tough. Okay. Well, we'll put Super Troopers at 10 then. I will
You're
concede
caving.
this
Okay.
time to
Okay.
you.
All
I
right.
will.
I appreciate
I
that.
mean,
I
yeah, it's
appreciate
not
that.
better made. It's not. It's original. I will say that. But well, not the Police Academy we mentioned before, things
I
like
was gonna
that.
say, yeah.
But okay, I will cave, but I'm gonna bring this up in our Scorsese, and I'm gonna have to trump you on one of these.
You're writing a note right now. Fuck Zach. Exclamation point! Exclamation
Verbatim.
for fuck Zach. On your
So
Scorsese
where
note.
did
Okay, this is mine next week.
reminder? This is my trump card for Zach. He is not being able to veto bringing out the dead.
Oh shit! I guess we could do a trade for next week.
Yeah, so we should introduce that in later episodes. Like,
Yeah, we
well,
should.
remember when you fucked me with Super Troopers?
And oh, dude, it'd be great if you like said that every episode. Remember Super Troopers?
So where did you have the young Frank?
Dude, I had Young Frankenstein at one time. I had it at 4, but I recently just updated it and went to 2 because a lot of
Fuck.
people like.
Wow.
I think it's fucking hilarious for one, and two, it's inspired a lot of writers, actors, even
Yeah.
directors. I mean, it's some people consider it the funniest movie ever made. I pushed it back a little bit, and I'm not saying I'm not going to be stubborn about this. Say, hey, it has to be at 2, but normally we
I
kind of
think it's
split the difference. But I
yeah.
guess
No, I think it would be fair to we'll keep it at 4 then.
keep it
Where
at
you
4.
had it
Okay,
originally.
okay.
We'll keep it at 4 originally. I'm
Are you
conceding a
writing it
lot to
down?
you today, Zoko. I wrote it down. It's in there.
I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling nice, generous today.
I am. I'm a little hungover, so it's like let's
Well,
just go with the flow.
well, it'd be fun because we both work today, and that doesn't usually. Usually, we line up on our days off. It'd be funny. We're just like, yeah, dude, whatever. Put it wherever the fuck you want.
Just want to get this day
Shortest
over with, dude.
podcast ever. Like, yeah, let's just get this fucking thing. I hear you in the background. Let's just get this fucking thing over with.
Okay, well, this is going to be another disappointing one. I know. I
Okay.
know it's going to disappoint. And I've written it a few times, and I've mixed it up, and I've tried to. But again, sense of humor. Even though we do laugh a lot, this list is going to be tough. Spinal Tap at 9.
Okay. Okay. I had it
I
at
know.
7,
I know.
so
Oh, not bad. Okay.
yeah.
Well, this is an easy one. We're just going to split the difference.
Yeah. That works for me. That works for me.
Had it at 7. Yeah, as I mentioned to you previously, I don't know if I mentioned it before right now, but I had actually never seen this movie.
Yeah, and I saw it. I hadn't rewatched it in a long time, but I remember I saw it. It was like at the freaking PX or something back in my service days, and freaking I watched it once, and then it got fucking stolen, and I just remember like laughing my ass off. And then how like I'm a sucker for mockumentaries, and so I
Yep.
rewatched it not too long ago, and then when I rewatched it for the pod, dude, I just thought it was brilliant. I love like yeah, I
I mean,
yeah,
correct me if I'm
I kind
wrong.
of
Is
I
this?
put it as far back as I did, kind of for you, I guess, because I was like, well, I don't know if
Yeah.
he's never seen it. I could see maybe why he might not like it, but I think it's fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
I laughed at. I mean, I think the first 20 minutes are hysterical.
Dude,
I mean, when he's introduced and he said, "Hey, one critic wrote, seems
shit
like Spinal Tap is treading in water in a sea of retarded sexuality." And then one guy says, "That's kind of nitpicking, isn't it?" And then the other one, written by Shark Sandwich, 2-word review, shit sandwich.
or because it's that same
um,
setting when
like, and
they're all sitting together, and then they're talking about each drummer and how he's died, and then they're like they always say something, oh yeah, him, well, what happened to him?
yeah,
Yeah, he
well, and
died.
like little throwing lines where it's like Boston just canceled. I wouldn't worry. It's not a big college town anyway.
It's not a big college town. or
It's
they get
fine line between stupid and clever, isn't it? Like,
that's it, yeah, that's what yeah, stupid and clever. And when they get the all black freaking album,
yeah.
they're like, it's like reflective, I can see myself.
Well, there's one part like towards the end where the art designer or whatever fucks up on the dimensions of the Stonehenge, and one of the guys says, "Let's not make a big deal out of it, okay?" And the other guy's making a big thing about it. Actually, would have been a good idea.
Oh fuck, man! See, like we're laughing our asses off about it right now, man. I
It's
don't know if
true.
it should be at. I mean, I don't know if it should be at 8, but shit, man. Because
It's true. And even like during the credits, where I forget exactly how it, like for namesake, famous authors read by famous actors. I have Denham Lewis reads T.S. Lewis. What the fuck? But I mean, well, because the funny parts that were funny, I found myself literally laughing, like out loud at myself, red in the face. But then there were long clips of it where I didn't think a lot of funny happened, and
oh,
the
okay,
thing
yeah.
with like the girlfriend coming in and like the jealousy and then the quitting of the band. It's like, hey, you guys were onto something, and why? And again, I don't know. Is this like the first cinematic mockumentary?
No, I don't know, but I did the research that I did. I guess Ozzy Osbourne was watching it and he wasn't laughing at all, but I guess like some of the other band members were, and he's like, "Dude, this is fucking traumatic, man." He's like, "Why?" Because he didn't think it was a comedy. He thought it was serious. Like he
Oh,
thought it
he,
was
he
a
didn't get, he
drama. He
literally
thought it
didn't
was a
get the joke.
real documentary. Because I guess like obviously, I'm sure bands get lost behind stage like they do and shit like that. They have
Yeah,
equipment
yeah,
malfunctions
that
and
was
shit.
pretty good. Yeah.
Fucking 14
All the
inch
way
stoner.
home, not bad actually. About 6 words, the whole song. We're actually when they were reading the lyrics of that song all the way home. I was like, "What, that's actually not bad." Like,
Dude, I thought the same thing, man. Seriously. Oh man, did talking about it make you want to raise it up a little bit, or I mean, like I said, I have it at 7. I mean, that's tradition is we split the difference, so let's just leave it there for
yeah,
now. But
okay.
just one more
No,
quick,
very
just
fun.
one.
I'm glad you put it on your list. Again, something that we always hit on in these. I mean, obviously, both of us have probably seen every Scorsese movie he's
Pretty
ever
damn
done. But
close. Yeah,
yeah, in a lot of these podcasts, sometimes we put movies on the list that the other one hasn't seen, and it's nice, right? Because I'm the type, and I know you're the type. You'll watch the Office for the 15th, 100th time, right?
oh for
Because
sure. Yeah,
and like I'll pop on Seinfeld all the time, but it's nice to actually watch new movies and new shit from time to time, and kind of see what makes of it. But all right, well, I've gone twice there. What did you have at 9?
I had Dumb and Dumber at 9.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Well,
I mean, and
this is
I
gonna be
even wrote
tough.
in my notes. I wrote in my notes this could be higher. It's just one of
Yeah.
those. It's definitely very quotable. It's almost a movie you can bond with strangers with. You know what I mean? Like
I
you can, if somebody's got
I
a big gulp, you
uh,
can easily say, "Hey, big gulp, huh? See you later." They'll
see you
get it.
later. And those two guys weren't actors. They weren't extras. They were literally just two guys standing outside of the gas station and didn't know that like they were filming or anything. And Jim Carrey just walked out and just ad libbed that.
See you later.
Yep. And I'm sure they walked away like, what the fuck was that guy like?
Yeah.
Because he was a nobody at that. I mean, this 1994 was huge for Jim Carrey with The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber. I mean, it
Oh right.
was
Yeah, because he was
yeah,
in Living Color, right? That's where he got his start. Or am I
yeah.
getting it? Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and I watched the interview with Jamie Foxx, and somebody, one of the interview had asked him a question like, "Oh, you worked with Jim Carrey, how did tell me a little bit about that?" And he's like, when Dumb and Dumber came out, I saw Jim, the following week or whatever, and just as he shook his hand, he's like, "You're probably never going to talk to me again,"
Yeah.
because Jamie Foxx was under the impression it's like, yeah, Jim Carrey is about to blow up right now. He is about to be one of the world's biggest comedy stars. And yeah, rewatching it, I mean, shit, I have a page and a half of quotes. And,
Oh
and again,
jeez.
it's just similar to Super Troopers. It's just I knew every line that was coming, and yet it's still funny, and
Yeah.
it's
It like I said, even in my I don't mean to repeat myself, but I mean I said it could go higher. That's just where I put it.
yeah,
I'm definitely not saying like I'm not going to be a stubborn. Super Troopers is the only movie on this list where I'm like, no, this like No.
Not funny.
It just didn't, just didn't tickle my funny bone. It just didn't do it for me.
Well, well, shoot. I mean, I had Dumb and Dumber at 2, so
Jesus, man.
and I know I'd originally, I rank them all before I even rewatch them, and kind of, hey, this is my starting point. This is where I think in my mind this movie's gonna go. I think I had it at 7 to start with, and just rewatching it, like, man, what? And it's quick. It's like an hour 37. It doesn't drag on. It keeps moving. Like our pets' heads are falling off.
I
Like,
don't know
I
why the
just,
French are
it's funny.
assholes.
There were two parts. During the movie, I think maybe I don't want to say I've matured a lot since high school, but there were two parts of the movie I actually didn't really find that funny. I didn't laugh where I think back in the day I did is when the cop pulls him over and drinks the piss beer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, didn't really find that funny. And then Harry on the toilet. I mean,
No, yeah,
it's a funny
that's
premise because Lloyd's trying to get Mary alone, and hey, you just fucked me by dating the woman I wanted to date, and I get the premise of it. Should be funny. I know it was funny to me at one point in my life, but rewatch. I mean, the funniest thing about it was his Harry's facial expressions the entire
yeah.
time. And I didn't remember. I don't know if I've seen like a different version of this movie, but I didn't remember at one point Jeff Daniels, Harry, like takes the toilet off of the fucking floor and is trying to pour his shit out the window.
No, yeah, that has to be like a director's cut or something. I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever I don't think I've
it's on
ever
the, I
seen
mean, I
that.
watched it. I have it on DVD, and I'm like, I don't remember this at all. But yeah, this is gonna be a
Okay.
compromising stake.
You got a
You
two,
had it at
man. That's
9. I
fucking
had it at
high,
2.
man.
I like I said, rewatching it just and I mean it's a comedy classic, man. You just said yourself, it's quotable to all hell.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
What do you think?
mean, I can give a little leeway and a lot of leeway, like 6. How you feeling about 6?
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And
Does
I
that make
knew,
you
yeah, I
uncomfortable?
knew it. Like,
Does it make you uncomfortable putting it at 6, or are you okay with it? Because I mean, I'm okay with it because I had it at 9. But
yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
want it higher, I guess we could probably squeeze it in maybe to 5. But that's 5 is probably the highest I'd go for Dumb and Dumber. But that's me. So
Well, I think we could round out, in my opinion, a couple of these. Yeah, we'll have to shake it out. I'll put it on 6 right now, and then I'll put a little arrow, maybe 5.
by the end of the pod, you have like 10,000 arrows switching.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my list looks like. I have so many crossed out, and it's like, just make a new sheet.
Yeah.
Why am I
Yeah.
crossing out and like writing smaller, whatever? Um, oh, excuse me. Okay, well, this is going exactly how I thought it was going to go. I had Christmas Vacation at 8,
I mean, I had
so
it
we
at 5. I mean,
okay. Well, I mean,
it's
we
up
have
to
a
you, I
glaring
guess.
hole staring at me that we have Super Troopers at 10, Spinal Tap at 8. Something's got to go in the 9 spot, Zach.
Uh, I had Wedding Crashers at 8. I don't know.
Okay. I had it at 7, so we'll put it
Okay,
down to 9. I mean,
okay, sounds
it's
good.
going to be it's getting the axe. And
To
again,
talk about it,
revisiting Wedding Crashers,
but go
like
ahead, man.
just a fucking laugh out loud movie, man.
Oh, dude, it's hilarious. Yeah,
It's raunchy. It's fucking. I mean, for 3/4 of the movie, they take minimal breaks on the
yeah.
comedy. I mean, again, my teenage years. This was, I was a junior in high school. This came out, and the shout sequence is awesome because it's funny and there are boobs. I love boobs. So, and obviously, yeah, just I mean, it goes on and on with. So I think I had a full page of quotes, and it just and Will Ferrell coming out of nowhere at the end,
Oh,
still
dude,
just like
that's the fucking
I mean, I knew
best,
it was
dude.
coming, And then I know you and I have good,
Yeah,
good. More
more
for
for
me and
me and
you.
you. Yeah, more for.
Idiot.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I don't know. We got cartoons on your mom, but you still got it.
And I mean, how many times do people say meatloaf, mom?
Yeah, that was a big thing for a while. Yeah,
I never know what she's doing back there.
you never know what she's doing.
Well, the girl in the hat just I fucked the shit out of me. So
Yeah, and she's fucking
what
hot
can I
too.
say? I'm a coxman.
A lot of good quotes. And I will say, I
Yeah, this is
know
gonna be.
the Wedding Crashers hasn't. Some people say it hasn't aged well because it might be a little. I don't know, little degrading and sexist in some ways,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, that
it's
was in
kind of one of those.
Rogers.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kind of
to
in
be
Rogers'
honest,
review too. It's like, are we laughing at women, being used for sex by these? Like, how is that funny? Yada yada yada.
we both been to weddings, and yes, what single. That's one of the reasons single dudes like to go to weddings is to hopefully hook
Yeah,
up
no, and
with
I
women.
think like this
Yeah,
started a thing where douchebags would like go seek out weddings and be like, "Oh, I'm fucking
yeah,
Owen Wilson, and I can go." And then like 9 times out of 10, I'm sure in their lives they're like, "Sir, you need to leave."
yeah.
Like,
No, I know.
it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Uncle Ned's kids," and he's like, "We don't fucking have an Uncle Ed or
Yeah,
Ned." Like,
it does. It does.
again,
Yeah.
this is going exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
tough crowd, tough crowd.
Yeah.
What do you? I had Christmas Vacation at 8. So
Well, we're covered through six, right?
we are still missing 7, sir, and I'm curious as to where, because again, an ultra quotable movie. We don't need to get into it if you don't have Christmas Vacation very high, but
I mean, I got it at five, so
well, okay, that that's
I thought
gonna force me to put it at 7.
I thought you were gonna say, "Well, that doesn't do me any good," but
That doesn't help me at all.
that doesn't help me one bit.
I mean, this movie is it's a Grawl family tradition. For those
It
you
is,
don't know,
yeah,
my last name is Grawl. We watched it every Christmas Eve my entire childhood, all the way through high school, and it was, you know, or if we put up the tree, a couple weeks before, we'd watch it then as we were putting up the tree, and then we'd revisit it on Christmas Eve. I mean,
yeah.
just an all time. I mean, Chevy Chase, again, he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I mean, rewatching it again, I knew all the lines before they were coming, and still made me laugh. And I
And
actually had to write down the rant here, so I'm going to say it.
Dickless hopeless.
Cheap, lying, no good, four flushing, low life, snake licking, dirt eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood sucking, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat ass,
That is
pig eyed, stiff legged, spotted lip, worm headed sack of monkey shit.
monkey
He
shit.
is.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? My fucking parents laughed every year at that same line. Just, I mean, if while I was playing with the dog or my brother and I were dicking around in the room, it's like when we knew that scene was coming up, we all went quiet. We all wanted to hear his long-winded. It's just, it never fails to make me laugh. And then Zach was so gracious a year or two ago. He bought me a present, and I have it on my doorstep right now that says "Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, kiss his ass, kiss
Happy.
your ass, Happy Hanukkah."
And I'm going to tell whoever's listening what Jaron did as we were shaking hands through a baseball. It was the exact same quote. And I was standing behind him. Good game. Good game. Kiss my ass. Kisses. And the
Kiss
best
your
part
ass.
was the other players were like, dude, did you just tell me to kiss his ass?
Did you tell me to kiss my own ass?
Did you just say to
I'm not
kiss
even Jewish. Why do you tell me Happy Hanukkah? Oh, good man. It's
Oh,
good.
dude.
Good.
Good. Good. It's good. It's good.
I mean, Oh, that's another. It's good. It's good.
It's good. Well, and here's the thing with Christmas
Twitter was full.
Vacation is like, dude, you almost see something new every time you watch it. Like there's very
Yeah.
like it took me for fucking ever to notice that Uncle Eddie had a dickie on. Like I just never noticed it. Or or when
When'd you get the tenant on wheels?
or when Clark
I
he
just
puts one Eddie puts one bag of dog food on, and then Clark puts a light bulb on top, and then freaking Eddie puts a whole like another bag on
two
top.
bags, two
It's like,
bags on top of it.
in a worm farm.
I just funny. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it just. It, I'm glad I rewatched it. I did not watch it this last Christmas Eve because I was doing God knows what that wasn't important. And yeah, just one of the all-time. And a part of the National Lampoon's Vacation where it's kind of they did Vacation, then they did European Vacation, and somebody in the writing room was just like, we need to do something around the holidays. Like
Yeah.
let's try
Yeah.
to do this, and Christmas, and again, a pretty short movie. It's an hour 37, exactly the length of Dumb and Dumber, I think. And just it's a funny, all around funny movie. It's wholesome. The whole family can watch it. There's never really any vulgarity, unlike some of the next movies we're going to talk about that use the word fuck, 100 times in the movie. This movie
Yeah.
just it didn't need to swear to be funny. I mean, none of the Vacations really did, but
Yeah. I
yeah,
think yeah. Other than the occasional Clark rant, I think in the first one, I think you're all fucked in the head. Yeah, I think he goes. Yeah, he
yeah,
gets like
yeah,
he loses
yeah,
his
yeah,
shit
yeah.
once,
Once or
but
twice per
yeah,
movie, but yeah, it wasn't. It's not. It's just wholesome fun. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
we watch it every year
So okay,
too. So
yeah. I mean, you almost have to, right? I mean, it's one of the best Christmas movies out there. I know people probably supplant Elf into that nowadays. And again, my buddy the other day is like, "Can we add Batter Santa on there?" I'm like, "Fuck, dude, are you fucking with me, kid?" Like, I mean, just that movie is full of raunchy humor as well. Another one that you and I quote a lot.
yeah,
So moving on now because we can't talk about it forever.
we can
We
quote it
have
forever. Can't talk
numbers.
about
We have numbers. Well, at least for like an hour and 37 minutes. We could do. We have numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5 left to hit. So, a majority of real movies still left on the board. So I'm going to surprise you here,
forever. Okay.
and I don't think you're going to be happy. But I actually had Animal House at 6.
Wow. Okay.
I know, I know, and this is a movie you and I watched in high school a lot, and I don't think I watched it since then, honestly. So revisiting it recently, a couple of parts where, yeah, this is just a funny fucking movie, right? You're laughing the whole time in the first couple of minutes, and there's some other, the shout sequence is phenomenal, obviously. And I mean, how many times have you walked up to me and said, "Guys playing cards"?
Oh yeah, that's also a Matt Habit thing. He actually said that to guys playing cards at a bar, and it was fucking hilarious. So, and,
It's
oh man, dude, I bring that up to him every now and then because him and I quote it all the fucking time, dude. Like, hello. We always do freaking flounder impressions and shit like that.
yeah. And then, I mean, I just recently went to Meow Wolf here in Denver, or down in Denver, and it was a toga night. And the amount of times I just yelled toga like 4 times in a row, and people were
Well,
just looking
that's
at me like,
every wedding I've ever been to, and I haven't been to one sober yet, but whenever Shao comes on, I always do like I always make sure I lead the a little bit softer
"Gator!"
now, a little bit softer now, a little bit
Yeah.
softer. Yeah, yeah. So that's my role in every wedding reception.
And I think we did that at prom as well, didn't we?
Probably, yeah, probably. It's a long time ago. But
Yeah. I don't think
dude,
either
I
of us
got
were sober for that either.
my I have Animal House at 1 because
Oh,
Animal House is the fucking godfather of comedies. It completely changed the way comedies were made and still inspires a shitload of other movies. it could be, yeah, it's when
It
asked,
might be up there. It very well could be up there with Porky's in the sense that probably frowned upon nowadays.
yeah, I mean, I would, but I mean, Animal House came before. I don't even think there's a fucking Porky's without Animal House. It's
Yeah.
just like raunchy
No,
comedy,
it's and
partying and shit. Like, I mean, that's what it kind of showed. I mean, it kind of exposed what party people do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's a true party movie, and like I said,
Otis loves us.
he doesn't even know who the fuck they were.
Yeah,
Otis, my man.
just staring at him. Yeah, I mean, I knew that this was going to be a little bit of a contention with me having it, but rewatching it, I honestly, personally, did not laugh as much as I thought I was going to, and maybe it's
Really?
because I knew they were coming, but then I could say, hey, I knew what every line in Dumb and Dumber was coming to, and
Yeah.
Step Brothers and Super Troopers, and maybe it's that I've seen it, I saw it so many times back then, and now it just doesn't hit the same. I don't know. Oh boy, is this great! Like, laugh at that. You
That's
know,
another one me and Havlet say all the time. Oh boy, is this great!
and the amount of food fucking Belushi shoves in his mouth during
Now,
the entire fucking movie, man. And going through the line and pushing it with his belly and just grabbing everything. I'm like, Jesus, like the
well,
writers in the writing room are like, wouldn't it just be funny if he's just going down and he puts on way more than any human could ever ingest in a single sitting? Like,
yeah, dude, it's fucking John Belushi, fucking
okay,
Don.
well, hey, we're gonna split the difference, I'm asking, two or three.
Fuck, man. Well, if it's no longer one, I have a pretty good idea which is number one, and that will be fine with me. But let's focus on the
You're
other.
goddamn right, it will be.
You goddamn.
Goddamn right, it will. We both know where I have it number one.
Uh,
All right,
dude,
two.
I two, two is
If you tell me the Big Lebowski is like at 5 on your list, I'm gonna
oh
have an
fuck no,
aneurysm.
dude. You know that. I try to like
Okay,
predict
thank you.
how it was gonna go because I knew you let it slip where it was on your list, and I let it slip where it was on
Yeah,
my list. So I was like, well, we'll just split the difference, and that's still a good spot for it. But yeah, yeah, I would appreciate. Yeah, Animal House has to be at two. It can't be. It can't be
yeah,
lower than
yeah.
three, in my opinion. So
I'm okay with two. I'm okay
okay,
with two. We can do that.
don't shove that in my face next week. Okay.
Super Troopers.
Sleeper Troopers. Yeah, you just like whisper it to Super Troopers.
Okay, well then, we have 3 spots left. I know the movies by heart, all 3 of them. Would you agree? Office Space at 5.
Yeah, I mean, I got it at four. What's the
Perfect.
harm of putting it one back? I guess,
Okay.
and that
Another
is
just fucking quotable movie. And I
yeah.
think, I mean, rewatching it this time, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've seen it so much and it just doesn't hit the same for me.
Hmm.
Obviously the lines that you and I quote to each other all the time, just waiting on them and quoting them out loud before they're even said, made me laugh. But it was, I mean, it just didn't. Yes, I am also not a pussy.
But yeah, I had it at four because this is like to me, it's hands down the most relatable movie on the list. Like it doesn't matter if you're a
Totally.
fucking blue collar worker, white collar worker. I mean, it speaks to you
Yep.
no matter what, and it's obviously become a cult classic over the years. And you
Totally.
don't have to be at work to fucking quote it. You fucking inside
No,
outside work.
we
I
all
would,
we all
yeah,
hate our day to day lives deep down. I mean, unless you're like a professional baseball player or something. But
that'd be pretty awesome.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, exactly. I would agree. It is probably the most. I mean, easily the most relatable. You go down the list. I mean, none of us are doing anything in any of these movies except in Office Space, and it's just the mundane life of going to work and doing the same things
Yeah,
over and over.
yeah,
And Wouldn't it be nice if somebody just I had a hypnotherapist just keel over on me? And
Which I did write that in my notes. Probably if there was a weakness to the film, it's the hypnosis part where it's like, oh, nice. So he's hypnotized apparently throughout the whole movie and shit. But whatever. I mean,
yeah,
it's still
for the rest
hilarious.
of his life, right? Like,
Yeah, for the rest of
um,
his life. But
yeah, dude, you're supposed to have a meeting right now with the consultants. Oh, right.
I wouldn't say
Hey.
I've been missing it, Bob. That is great. Oh
Yeah, and
shit.
the interview with Michael Bolton that we kind of referenced on a little bit earlier, it's like I celebrate the man's entire
Yeah.
catalog. He's like, you can just call me Mike, and they both look at him like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. Yeah. Why would we do that?
Yeah, and I don't know how many times you and I like Naga.
Just
I'm not
not
going to
gonna
work here
work
anymore. That's for sure.
anymore.
And I'm not sure how many times you've said in your life to me, "Who's he?"
Oh yeah. No, squiggly guy mumbles a lot.
Yeah, Milton Wadhams. Who's he?
Yeah.
Although there was something I kind of picked up on in this movie that I don't think I had ever noticed before when they're watching Kung Fu. When he's watching Kung Fu with Jennifer Aniston,
Hmm.
they kind of pan the camera a little bit over to the right. He's got a Nintendo 64 with Mario Kart in it.
No shit. Fuck, I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
Mario Kart 64. I mean, and how relatable is that to anybody who ever played fucking video games?
Yeah, that was the shit.
In 64, yeah. All right, we're getting down to it here. Two movies left, and I don't think you're going to disagree with me here that Step Brothers is going to go right into number three.
That'll be all right. I actually had it at 6, but I do. I
Oh,
love the
wow.
movie, dude. I freaking. I mean, just like most of them, I freaking laughed my ass off. It was one of our. It was one of our deployment movies, so we watched it nonstop back in 2009 and 2010. So, and me and one of the pilots actually used to call each other Dragon and Nighthawk.
I actually called one of my ex girlfriends Dragon because she made that reference like the second day I met her, and we were just like talking, and she was like, "You have to call me Dragon," and I was like, "Oh,
You have to
you're like
call me.
that." Like, wow, okay. And then I put her in my phone as Dragon. It's so funny because, later during in our relationship, she saw like she had texted me and I hadn't read it yet or whatever. It's on my phone and I had her in as Dragon. She's like, I don't like that. And I'm like,
Fucking
well, you
Dragon
literally
Lady.
told me the second day I met you, I have to call you Dragon.
But yeah,
Um,
that's. I mean,
just, I
with
mean, if
Step
that's
Brothers is
not one
kind
of
of
the
what.
more,
No, go ahead.
if that's not one of the more quotable movies in our adult lives, I don't know what is. I mean, I have two whole pages of quotes. Like I said, normally when I take notes with movies, it's hey, this choice, how the camera is, or the lighting in this scene, or the exposition in this scene doesn't slap you in the head or whatever. Majority of the notes that I took for these movies, I'm just writing down the times that I actually laughed. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, within the first half hour, it was like I already had a page full.
I mean, it's one of the reasons I think it like it's one of the reasons it's so hilarious. It's because it's something that most parents and adults say on a regular basis. Like, oh man, those were the days, man. I miss those times where you like didn't have any bills or any stress, and like Brennan and Dale are like living that life. There's like a certain like
Yeah,
envy that you have for them, I guess. And one one of the reasons I like it, not just because it's hilarious, but it's also like most of the film was shot like inside the house. And you know
yeah,
how I am with like play adaptations. I like the small freaking confined spaces with
yeah.
just two fucking uh, just two hilarious dudes and freaking Riley
Well,
and
I think that
Farrell.
that speaks to the movie. I mean, if you can just have these two guys pretty much sharing a room together, saying some of the most obscene shit that you've ever heard, and it can hold your attention without having to use CGI or, we shot this on location in, Dubai or whatever to,
Right. Yeah.
keep the audience entertained. It's just, and I was mistaken. I have 3 entire pages of quotes here.
You don't need to go through
I
all
mean,
of
you're
them.
not going to not get Randy Jackson's autograph.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, the interview montage. How many times, Pam, are you saying you sound stupid right now?
Yeah, I think I can help out with the Pam
Hello, Miss Lady.
thing. And even just like that
I
slow
just,
mo when he like slams that dude's paperwork down on the ground. The
yeah,
guy's like, "What the
exactly.
fuck?"
We're here to fuck shit up. I mean,
Yeah, that's
who thinks of it? Last week we put liquid paper on a bee and it
it
died.
died. I kind of feel bad for the listeners, man, because that's how the last 2 episodes we've done has just been a fucking just a quote machine, dude. Where all we're doing
Yeah,
is
we're just. I mean, and that. I mean, that's what I said. We're not going to dissect these films into, you know, art house style of critiques or anything. I mean, it's literally just making people laugh. And I mean, this movie made me laugh. I probably watch this movie at least 4 times a year, just because, whether I'm down in the dumps and I want something to make me laugh, or I'm feeling good and I want a movie to make me laugh, and I need something on while I'm cleaning my apartment or I'm doing the
yeah.
dishes or whatever it is. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put on Step Brothers because, who doesn't want to hear Will Ferrell, say boats and hoes? Like,
Oh shit! Sorry, dude. I had to sneeze. Whew.
God bless you.
Can't hold them in anymore. Whew.
And I don't think, you know, pow pow. That's just
Are you saying Pat?
still gets me. Are you saying pow? Like, you've actually seen him eat a man's dick.
Oh, dude. Good shit, man.
So yeah, that leaves, obviously,
The Big
listeners who are still with us here. That's gonna
Lebowski.
leave. That's gonna leave one of my all-time favorite movies. Something that I quote more throughout the day than I think any other movie in my entire existence is The Big Lebowski at number
Oh
one.
yeah, dude. Freaking.
I mean, you can't say it enough. This movie is just scene after scene, line after line, and it is. I think it's the definition of a cult classic. Like, it's
It's kind of like
people
the.
talk about.
Well, I was just gonna say it's kind of like the poor man's version of North by Northwest if Raymond Chandler wrote a novel or script. It's like such a
Yeah,
unique comedy that it's untouchable in a way, and that's what. And I was kind of anticipating what we would debate for the 1 and 2, and I kind of figured it would be between Animal House and Lebowski. And
yeah.
my argument for having, I mean, it wouldn't have been an argument because technically I was on the fence about putting Lebowski higher up anyway. But what's more unique, a movie that's generated like 500 fucking sequels, or The Big Lebowski that's like I said, untouchable. Like no one's made a movie like that since, and nobody's probably even gonna fucking try. Because I know Tutorial made a sequel or something, but it was like an indie film. Like it wasn't. Yeah, I and that was obviously you would have been the deciding factor. It doesn't matter because we have it at one anyway. But what would you say is more impressive? I guess.
Well, and I'm a big fan of whodunits, right? I love a classic noir. I mean, Chinatown, one of my all-time favorite movies, and it's funny that you say Raymond Chandler because I'm on the fifth of his 6 novels right now, and
Nice.
I love. I mean, it is like as if Raymond Chandler or as Philip Marlowe was the lead, but we're gonna make it a comedy, and
Yeah,
it's just going through the mystery and it's a well put together movie. I mean, it really
it
is. And
is.
then they
It
just say,
is.
well,
Yeah.
what if we make every other line something funny?
And
I mean, it's
even
almost somebody like the Coen brothers wrote that, like, hey, we have a noir and we're gonna, kind of dive into this dramatic genre, and then they're like, but wait, we're funny. So why can't we make it about some deadbeat who just gets tangled up in this noir and just has, Walter Sobchak fucking throwing out over the line?
They're fucking basically like a dysfunctional marriage, dude. It's so fucking great.
Yeah,
You know, Walter, I love you,
it's
but
great.
sometimes you have to accept the fact that you're a goddamn moron. Or when he, oh, dude,
3,000 years of tradition from Moses to Sandy Koufax.
you goddamn right. Or even like he's like, dude, knock it off. Well, you're not even Jewish, man. You're Polish Catholic. What the fuck are you talking about?
You get divorced and you're just not Jewish anymore. Yeah,
No,
I mean, I
you're right.
obviously,
I try to quote it as much as I can when the opportunities arisen. I guess that's the word. But
well, and I know you and I have spoken about it before, where it's, at one point he mentions, an occasional acid flashback, and then you watch the movie and he's constantly doing, callbacks of, this aggression will not stand, man,
yeah,
and he says it later, and then, he's just they have the conversation of, Walter, this isn't the guys who built the railroads, the Chinamen, and then a couple scenes later, the Big Lebowski is like, some Chinaman took them from me in Korea.
but
Like,
I went out and achieved anyway. Oh,
like it's just,
dude, it's yeah.
I mean,
This is
they constantly
so,
do it, and it's just so fun. I've seen that movie probably more than any other movie, and I had to rewatch it because I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I rewatch the Big Lebowski? And it's still just, it gets in. You find little things every time, and yeah, just like I said earlier, like the little throwaway lines on "Calmer than you are." Calmer than you are.
yeah. Will you just take it
Fucking
easy?
waving the pistol around.
Whipping a fucking gun around.
Exactly. Like,
Just talks
the way
about
he hits the joint, and like, do you think the carpet pissers did this?
how. Well, dude, we just don't know. Dude,
Well, dude, we
everything
just don't
about that.
know.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. Everything about that movie is like spot on. It's a well made movie on top of being hilarious. And
Exactly.
honestly, this is one of the things I kind of thought the other day because I have one of my one of my buddies at work is a Lebowski fan, and then it like clicked, dawned on me, I guess, where it's like, man, if you meet somebody who's a big Lebowski fan, it's almost like you join a brotherhood. Like they're
Yeah,
so like we just freaking
because everybody know, if you're a fan of the movie, you know every line.
yeah, yeah. It is. It's true.
I mean, even like the little things where it's, were you listening to the dude's story?
Were
I
you
was
not
bowling. So you
listening?
have no frame of reference.
Reference.
You're like a child that wanders into a movie and asks what the story. Like,
How
what
do
the
you not
fuck are
get
you
around?
talking about?
How do you get around on Shamus?
I don't turn on the oven. I don't drive. I don't. Yeah,
I sure shit
we're
don't
gonna
fucking
kill
roll.
that poor woman, and he's like acting as he's a conductor of a symphony, and he's waving his hands like that, yelling it in the middle of the bowling alley, and I'm sure people are like, "What?"
Or fuck, man. Dude, yeah, I mean, you can say John Goodman kind of steals, but everybody's great in it, though. I mean, everybody's
Yeah,
freaking hilarious. Yeah.
we're gonna cut your dick off, Larry.
This is pointless.
Need that for, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Happy.
dude.
All right, I'm happy. I'm happy. I got my number one.
There you go. There you go. Had to
I didn't
trade in
get
a couple
Super
picks.
Troopers. I didn't get a
We've been
lot of
down that
things,
road.
but
Yeah. We've been down this road
Big
before.
Lebowski won.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes like I did with the childhood one, you just kind of have to suck it up sometimes and
Yeah, you
get
roll
your
with
number
it.
one. You get your number one, you're good.
And it's, it was kind of interesting. I'm sitting here looking at my list, my final list, and I did so many revisions, but Lebowski was one at the start, and it was still one after I did my revisions. But I was sitting there looking at my list. I'm like, okay, yeah, this movie. It is kind of interesting for me to say that I think the funniest movie of all time is The Big Lebowski. I don't think many people would put that up there, and we'll see if the comments section say no. Zach was right. Animal House, funniest movie of all time. Fuck yourself, Jaron.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, go fuck her.
I mean, you and I think that's the movie that you and I quote the most to each other.
Yes, that is true.
So, I mean, even in our everyday normal conversations when we talk, something will just pop into one of our heads and we'll say it. And it's like, okay, now we're quoting the Big Lebowski for 5 minutes.
Well, shit, I can't remember. I was doing something at work, and you said something. Fuck, man, I might need a lawyer or something. I said, well, should be Bill Kunstler or Ron Kuby or something.
Yeah, you're Ron Kuby. And those pop culture references where it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Fucking fascist.
Again, a callback because
Well,
there's
dude, I was just gonna say one of the ones that just like recently. I mean, I thought it was funny beforehand, but now I think it's even funnier when he just pauses and goes, "I'm sorry, I wasn't listening."
yeah, exactly.
Because he's staring at him. That's the thing. I'm
Right
sorry.
at him. How are you not listening to what this fucking chief of police is saying to you? Like,
Oh man, dude.
yeah, we could
Fucking
go through
A.
that whole fucking movie. Yeah, I'm glad it is fucking A.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's number one. All right, so for the listeners, let's reel it back in. Let's reel back in a little bit here. We're gonna finish this pod off for those listening for the last 90 minutes. We appreciate you. How we end each pod is we do go over because we do talk so much, and we are jumping around from number to number. I'll read off our final list of our top 10 movies. Number 10, Super Troopers. Number 9, Wedding Crashers. Spinal Tap at 8. Christmas Vacation at 7. Dumb and Dumber at 6. Office Space 5. Young Frankenstein, which I will have to find somewhere and watch it again soon. Young Frankenstein at 4. Step Brothers 3. Animal House 2. And the funniest movie on our list, The Big Lebowski.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
satisfied
wrap this up because we have talked for 90 minutes. That's about how long each of these movies are. Like,
there's
thank you
nothing
so
wrong
much
with
for
that, dude.
listening.
It's all right.
We're the Average Jives. Please follow us, find us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, or whatever social media you're into. We'll be dropping more episodes as we go, and we promise that we will make them more succinct in the future.
We will indeed. So long, everybody.
Wrap. It's a wrap. Come back tomorrow. Fuck.